Thank you, Peter. What a marvellous contribution Jeff Tuvey has made to the famous Manly club. 172 of those 200 grade games have been played in first grade. 11 test matches, 5 origins. And in fact, he was the origin player of the series last year. Innes is screaming frantically for help on the left. Garlick ran straight at where Innes was calling for assistance. Elsgood scurries in. Elsgood has a go. Garlick. Fittler. Oh, beautiful pass. That is the work of a craftsman. Walker ran at the hole. Fittler put the ball there, and Walker has strolled it.
Gee, it was a pass, wasn't it? Andrew Walker running a great line there. Came through the set of 6 given again to the Roosters after a Manly touch. A lot of Roosters players in motion, and it's actually Jeff Tuvey who picked the wrong man. He and Terry Hill just ended up not taking anybody, and the big hole opened up between them, but the quality of the pass set the try up.
And Brad Fittler's really taken charge of this Roosters side tonight. He's leading them well. He's been involved in everything so far. What a magnificent pass. Some good decoys from Hermanson and also Scott Goulet, and they were always short out there in defence, Manly. Craig Field doing plenty of yapping.
20-metre line underneath him. Juni. 14 is Troy. 26 is Garlick. And there's a problem. Juni is clutching at his ankle.
Very strong work there from Jeff Tuvey. 2 tackles in a row.
I think this is probably the worst scenario for Darren Juni. David Manson has apparently heard a break happen.
Well, what a couple of weeks it's been for Darren Juni. Out of the side, captain, and this looks as though it's going to be an injury that's going to keep him on the sideline for quite a number of weeks.
Neil Halpin is the doctor for Eastern Suburbs and one of the leading orthopedic, I think is the right word. He practices at Bondi and at Parramatta.
And Newcastle.
And Newcastle. And Neil
all.
Halpin, there is none better in the business. He works in conjunction closely with Michael Johnson. And quickly on the scene is Neil Halpin. So Sydney City go to the attack again. Fittler. Again, players in motion. 20 of them. Garlick. Lowry. Ooh, good tackle. Is that Carroll? Yeah, Spud Carroll. He's made a couple of big hits. The last tackle, Fittler puts it on the ground. And a race for the ball. In goal judge becomes the judge.
Yeah, great defence there from Manly. There was 3 of them diving for that football, but what about Fittler? What a start for him. 9 minutes, he's in everything. Into the match. 3 Eagles there to hold the Roosters at bay.
Is a repeat every time. Every time Fittler gets the football, it is players in motion, which takes the heat away from Fittler, keeps them guessing. Here he is again, Lowry looking like a decoy, but in fact was the ball carrier. Garlick, Fittler, Shearer's after it, there's a touch on it, it's a try! Dale Shearer! Dale Shearer has scored. Fittler is holding his own concert here.
Well, Paul Vorton made mention of the fact that Phil Gould can get his players up for a special occasion. It looks as though Brad Fittler is going to come up with a special performance this evening. Beautiful offload here from Jason Lowry. The front rowers again setting the platform for the Roosters as they invariably do. And then beautiful little work here. He knew that Dale Shearer was coming, got the bounce off the Manly player. I think it was Steve Menzies who got a hand to it. And a very simple take for Dale Shearer. 12-0 early moments.
This is great stuff from Lowry. It's invaluable when a player can stand and deliver. He's drawn in 2 or 3 players there. A little bit more space for the outside people. And Shearer must have called that. He was on the fly as soon as Fittler got the football.
Ill.
He just doesn't miss Sturlo, does he? But the great stuff by the Roosters. there's an amazing stat here, is that Manly have made 52 tackles to the Roosters 10.
Ricketson. Terry Hill diving in. Fittler then drifting across. Selectively picking up Lowry, and Riggin out wide is smothered by Innes on the 20-metre line. Lowry comes back. Walker's there. Oh, and they really put some pressure on Walker this time, but the kick is good. Batted back and down. Tierney comes away. Menzies is into space. Here's a foot race. And Menzies pulled down by Miles. The ball propelled forward. And the scrum will pack 8 metres on the Roosters' side of halfway.
Well, nothing going right for Manly. Steve Menzies in the clear. Miles did a great job, but he had 2 unmarked players on his inside, Steve Menzies. The bounce back from Luke Ricketson straight into the hands of Tierney. Now just have a look at the inside there. He's got Craig Hancock calling for the football, and out it pops when the elbow hits the ground. 2 players were there.
Garlick's presence there tonight might have gone unnoticed so far, but they're getting very good direction from dummy half. This'll be play on. 6 more tackles, and it's Ricketson. 10 metres out, right in front of the uprights. Garlick for Fittler. And then Barnhill. 3 metres out. Garlick looks round, looking for Lowry, I suspect, or is it Walker? Garlick goes himself to be 1 metre out. Walker then, for his captain. Then Ricketson! It's another try! Ricketson has scored another try as Brad Fittler continues in government over this match.
Well, Terry Hill once again was calling for troops to come out and help. They never arrived. This was the ball back to the Roosters. Craig Hancock couldn't take it. Fittler cleaned up. Ricketson took the tackle and then just drifting across. Again, a lot of dummy runners, decoy runners. Ricketson running into the hole. Terry Hill, he turns around. He is livid because he was calling again for people to come out much earlier.
Not well read by Craig Field, you'd have to say. He let Ricketson get on the outside of him and couldn't foot it for pace with Ricketson. He's a former centre, place saying it's the best defence he's ever seen in rugby league. It's fallen apart tonight.
It was a good decoy run from Goulet, wasn't it, Craig Field?
Yeah, he drew Field in, and players like Buck.
Lowry was around the legs. He was the chief tackler. Field giving it off for Tierney, who's able to get it away. Field then to the defence line. Lyons. That is Innes. 19 outs. Gardner ridden to the ground by Riggin. 12 out. Still a few tackles. Lyons. Field. Knocked down by Shearer. 6 more. Great chance. Hopewadi way the Hunter. And the Hunter. He gets it in the corner. 18-4.
I am the Hunter. Oh, Ravi at your best, but fortuitous bounce there for the Eagles. Dale Shearer it was. Watch him out wide. And the number 7 in the centres. He runs up quickly trying to snuff out the attack. All he does, he reaches up. There's plenty of Manly players there. Knocks it down. He's taken himself out of the play. Hopewadi, good ball. This Hunter, he's the quickest player in the club. And he gets there.
It was a pretty good take too. The catch, it was behind him. The pass thrown behind him wasn't an easy one to take on the fly. Field seeing that they had an overlap out wide. There, it eluded Terry Hill. Hopewadi, a little bit in behind Andrew Hunter, and he did a great job. Good cover defence coming across from Andrew Walker, but just a touch too late.
Kosef. You think he might have had a needle pull? Kosef?
I'd say yes.
Menzies delicately through. Field joins in. Terry Hill's on his way. Down to the 30. Hunter's with him. Terry doesn't want him. And Hill goes in to score. The chase is on. The Eagles are coming back.
The chase is on in earnest, and it was again Cliff Lyons throwing the magic pass to break the defensive line of the Roosters. They go wide. You can see it's a fairly ragged defensive line. Here's Cliff Lyons, shapes to throw the long pass. He gives it to Menzies. Good footwork. Beautiful ball from Menzies. And Terry Hill, he had a choice of support players. Look at them. He didn't need them. Threw the head back. Jack Elsgood coming over from the far wing. And the big dive at the end from Terry Hill. Great Manly try.
And Terry gets his 6th try of the season. Great stuff from the Eagles. Once again, Cliff Lyons, Andrew Walker didn't go up in the defensive line, left that small hole. And look at this, it's like the charge of the light rat, like the stall gift. In one line, there's about 8 of them going for the line, and Hunter is in the background. He's jog trotting there next to Hill, and Tezza gets there.
Oh, Weepu takes another big hit. And again, Barnhill underneath, Garlick over the top. Tuvey. Gartner again. Ooh, Julian Troy. Garlick and Goulet. Goulet to the halfway. Felt the shoulder there of Craig Field, is it? Yes. Walker. Menzies goes in with that diving attempt to block the kick. Hunter. Reminds me a little bit of, I think his name was Ron Gibbs. When he was playing with Manly, he was the centre of controversy with similar tactics. This is the kick.
Looks quite dangerous. So
That.
A little bit late.
Kosef. Kosef ran straight over the top of one of the Roosters, who's still down, to the back for Field now. Bouncing away from Garlick. Gets a pass away before Fittler can put him away. Menzies. Fittler comes from behind to make the tackle.
It's David Barnhill in trouble for the Roosters.
Kosef. Ricketson came out of the line, and Gardner. Daniel Gardner scores the try.
Well, what about this? 18-16, it's about to be. A lot more possession coming Manly's way. The ragged defensive line again. It's an awful defensive line from the Roosters. Beautiful interplay. Nick Kosef, Daniel Gartner combining as they've done so well in the last season and a half. Nice step. Luke Ricketson. Hermanson fell for the dummy. Fittler falls off.
Well, he was down and out, Kosef. Feet. And set up this try. And David Manson talking to both players.
I'd be interested to know what he wants with the captains out there.
A real David and Goliath. Shearer running to the line. Barnhill slammed down. Strong tackle by Menzies. Garlick for Goulet. 10-metre line. Still a couple left. Fittler. There's the pass again. That is just beautiful. Identical play that saw Andrew Walker score the first try of the night. High fives all round. Fittler has provided the ball in the space, and Cleary ran onto it.
A bit of deja vu here, and again, it's the fact that there are plenty of numbers involved. Dale Shearer running a decoy, 3 or 4 of them, and then it's just a choice of Fittler to be able to put it on the right chest, and he's done that on a couple of occasions now. Going to the football, holding the ball out in 2 arms. It's a perfect lesson to anybody, any young players fancy themselves a ball player. You've got to put the defence back on their heels, and that's what happens when you carry the ball in 2 hands. Yeah,
that's what Snorky used to do. That's what Wally Lewis did in his heyday. The great players, they all do it, and Fittler's having the game of his life tonight. And when players at it, it's hard to defend against.
Walker back on the bench. Steve will find out for us in a moment whether Andrew will be back. This kick 15 away from their own line is taken back by the number 1. And Fittler's hurt.
So too the Manly chaser.
Gartner's hurt. Well, what happened? Have a look at it here on replay.
Yeah, Fittler's leaving the field. He'll have picked up a knee problem there, right knee. Going to be big efforts from those players to get through this match.
Goulet picked up and driven into the ground, and the referee comes in quickly, not impressed.
Yeah, Steve Menzies the man, and the touch judges, both of them have come racing in.
Well, my first thought was that he was a little bit unfortunate that the player actually twisted. He was just looking to get a good driving tackle in. It's Scott Goulet. He drives in, and as he does pick him up.
Well, no doubt it'll be on report. It doesn't look that flash.
I think it's clumsy. He hasn't got his arm between the player, the legs of the player.
So he will be placed on report. Steve Menzies. Barnhill's on the right. Walker drifting across. Oh, Ricketson was almost through. Menzies desperate. Garlick lunges. Held up. They'll almost certainly get it back from the scrum.
Seen Sean Garlick score plenty of tries in his career, burrowing over from that position.
Garlick again. Fittler. Hermanson. John Hopewadi making a tackle that he had no part in, really. Goulet. There's the line, 2 metres away. Oh, Manly have held them away. Tuvey. Hey, gee, I tell you what, there's plenty of spirit in these tackles, and Tuvey.
Yeah, it'll be David Barnhill penalised here. He copped a short right. He doesn't stay down too often, the little bloke. He's as tough as teak. Just have a look at Barnhill in the number 16 jersey. There it is, the swinging arm.
Well, Jeff Tuvey now stretched from the ground as we bring you back to Brookvale. It's been a night of high drama. Now the Manly captain in the neck brace. Fear. This is Kalala. Ooh, Julian Troy nearly pulled off a blockbuster of a tackle. Field. Kalala came on in 95 off the bench for a first-grade game. Just beyond their own 40-metre line. Carroll. Halfway line. Then Kosef. Cuts out Lyons. It's with Hopewadi. Then Lyons. On the run around. And the extra man has been made. Danny Moore. Could be Lyons. Tries to get a desperate one back. It went forward from Lyons. He's played the advantage, but I can't see how that's an advantage. 56 minutes gone. Kosef. Back for Hancock. 20-metre line. Lyons rolling it into the end goal, but it's... Oh, yes! think he's made it in time. Danny Moore. He's got in the nick of time to score the try.
And didn't it look as though the ball was going to go over the sideline or dead in goal? Cliff Lyons putting it through. Matt Singh was way up. Ivan Cleary didn't have the speed to get across, and Danny Moore on the fly. Again, perfectly executed. The kick was a beauty.
Yeah, they come up quickly, and I do feel Ivan Cleary, I didn't play much fullback, but he was a bit slow to react here. As soon as that ball started going down the blind, he was sort of in the middle of the field. Is there a doubt there, Snork?
Well, he lost the footy, but he seemed to gather it in time. Just have a look at...
Well, Rabs is the expert on downward pressure. This is the angle. Rabbi, take it away.
Well, he loses it, but then...
Well, he gets a hand under it.
He gets a hand underneath it, but of course the torso is considered to be part of the downward pressure. I'm just more concerned about when he did actually have the ball in his grasp. Here's the kick from the sideline. Oh, yes! It's there! 24-22! Back at Brookvale with 18,000 people, officially 18,184. Oh, they've lost it inside their own 20-metre line. And they've got it back. Goulet. Oh, the fury of this game is still there. Hammonson.
Been for Barnhill. He's not a crowd favourite here at Brookie after what happened with Tuvey. Gus is on the sideline. He can't stay away.
Well, this is as the follow down and push back. Jeff Tuvey. Oh. Fittler again. Rigon. 2 metres from the line. 2 points the difference. Fittler puts the kick in, and Cliffy Lyons comes away with it. Shearer. The kick came off Kosev's head. It's all play on. Innes is with it. Oh, a big fend. It puts it his way. He scores. Craig Innes. Unbelievable.
Well, it's been a long chase for the Seagulls, and they finally put their beak in front. A big fend on Matt Singh there from Craig Innes. Excellent charge down here. And Innes well and truly onside. Picked it up. All the Roosters players coming across, they thought that Matt Singh had him covered, so they were looking to pick up Hopewadi on the inside. But the big don't argue from Craig Innes was very telling.
Yeah, the big play from Kosef, though. The ball nearly knocked his head off. And a magnificent fend. Lowry dropped off when he saw that Singh had Innes covered, but he didn't have him covered. And he's one of the best centres in the game, Craig Innes.
Phil Gould, his reaction at the time of the try.
Well, I think he's saying, tell the fellas, don't worry about it. There's still plenty of time, 15 minutes to go. We can come back.
Little doubt that he's assumed captaincy. Craig Field, it might have been self-appointed, but I think he's the captain.
And now it all comes down to mistakes, field position, controlling.
Carroll. Been like a ramrod tonight. Billy Weepu. Menzies. Away from one. Over the halfway. Picks up the winger. Hunter. He's in for his second.
Well, shut the gate. Steve Menzies, a quiet start to the season, but it's come good tonight. A beautiful ball to his flying winger. No luck for Jack Elsgood. He lost his footing. Would have been a pretty good race between the two, but Elsgood put himself out of contention by slipping. Plenty of jubilation in the Manly camp, and rightly so. What a performance.
I haven't seen scenes like this at Brookvale, probably for a decade.
Well, I've been here for the last 17 years, 18 years, perhaps. I've never seen anything like this. Probably the mid-80s you go back to. Look at Menzies, one-on-one. He stood up Walker, got around him. What about this pass? And Hunter hasn't he got some toe? Away he goes. Great night for him, 2 tries. Oh.
Yeah, Craig Field's been inspirational, but just have a look at this manoeuvre from Steve Menzies. Beautiful work. And as you see, when he finds Hunter, Jack Elsgood was probably close enough, but he was clipped by the players involved in the tackle. And that gives a straight run, and that just about is the ball game, you would think. Just over 10 to go. The momentum.
Manly at the moment. This has been incredible stuff. Menzies with the bust, but look at the pass. And then this youngster, Hunter, smiling, the eyes are laughing, and in he goes for number 2.
I was talking to Thaddy before the game, and we were talking about Steve against the Crushers, and he's really carried it on. A wry smile there from Jeff Tuvey. He'd love to be out there.
Fittler. Ricketson is 11, and he's 3 metres from the line. Riggin, Fittler, Goulet, got a pass away! Julian Troy it is, who I don't think got down. In fact, the indication is that he lost it.
Well, they haven't given up yet, have they? The Roosters come back strongly, and he lost the ball over the line.
Yeah, thus they come back to the 20-metre line. Manly get possession. That can be told about this game. Barnhill slammed down. Menzies. On the Sunday Footy Show, the boys will have Nick Kosef and Brendan O'Meara, Owen Cunningham, Adrian Brunker, Bradley Clyde, as this ball finds the line.
And they'll get the ball back, because that was kicked from well inside the 40. So another chance to score a try. Great kick from Andrew Walker, kicking early in the tackle count.
I don't think anybody expected a high-scoring match like that. Not tonight, anyway. Another bust has been made, and Craig Field is trying to foot it there with Andrew Walker. Walker comes back with the ball now. Back to the halfway line. For Cleary. And Barnhill. And away from Fittler. And across for Matt Singh. Don't know that he needed to be given that ball. Barnhill on the end of the shoulder. Goulet juggles. Turns it inside for Shearer. Snatched out of the air by Hancock. And Manly come back with it.
Well, he had an unmarked Luke Ricketson next to him. No need to kick the football there. Ricketson on the inside. Great take from Hancock.
Siren in the background. It is all over. One of the most entertaining games of rugby league has been won by Manly. They trailed 18 points to 0, 24 minutes into the game, and they've come home to win 34-24. Hunter got 2. Hill, Gardner, Moore and Innes scored for Manly, while Walker, Shearer, Ricketson and Cleary scored for the Roosters. Simply magnificent. And a shame to think there had to be a loser. Jeff Tuvey seems okay. Darren Juney by ambulance to hospital with a broken ankle. A night of high drama in front of 18,000 people at Manly's home ground. Steve Roach will get the Nokia man of the match. Peter and Paul will wrap it. And then, of course, we'll join you again tomorrow. Firstly a break, then back with Peter Sterling.
Well, the winner of the $1,000 Nokia Man of the Match and also the winner of the 8110 Nokia mobile phone goes to Nick Kosef. Nick, what an amazing effort. How would you describe that game?
Blocker, I thought the Norths game was really hard to play, but mate, that was equally, if not more, harder than what we played Friday week ago. So, mate, it's hard to compare the two games. That was really fast. At least, you know, they deserved 18-0. They went up, mate. We just stuck to our guns and we come back.
Well, what was going through your head when you were down 18 points to nil? We always know that Manly can score tries.
That's true, mate, but when you get that sort of deficit behind, you know, it's very hard to come back. But the boys all really stuck to their guns, and like we said, we just pushed on and we went through and we come away with the victory, which was really good.
And the thing that would really help Bobby Fulton today too, so many injuries in the side, but some new players coming to the side. Everyone really dug deep.
Yeah, it's true, mate. We had a young bloke come on by the name of Anthony Quilla. He's a great prospect. You know, he's probably in the Owen Cunningham mould, so you know it's good to see him get a run today, and he went really well.
And what about going into the game? Two of the best defensive sides in the competition. Plenty of points scored. You wouldn't have expected that.
No, I would have expected a lot closer game. I thought there'd be 6 points in it, you know. But to come away with a scoreline like that, you know, it's good to say. You know, the crowd enjoyed it, I think, and it was a good spectacle.